Hi, thanks for coming. Well, this video is a confession of sorts. One of the things that I've been happiest about is that I haven't been recognized as a spiritual teacher in both my everyday life and on my videos. But unfortunately, that's about to change. I know the common perception is that uh, if there's a guru and there's a cult associated with that guru, that the guru has everything that he wants. And that's not really true. There's a price to pay for everything, including being a guru. It happens in everyday life as well. That's why you see people like Elon Musk, who limits his contact to people severely, because he doesn't want to spend his time on what he thinks is frivolous things. But I realize that that's not possible now anymore. Many people know a lot of spiritual teachers here and in the West and in India, and even some secular people like Tony Robbins. So, what I realized a long time ago is that I had the ability to change anything. Part of that problem is that there's unintended consequences. Let me just rattle off a few stories to show you some of the implications. Just recently, I saw the documentary Wild Wild Country, which was about Rajneesh, who later became Oso, which is Japanese for teacher. Early on in this process, Oso said himself, okay, I was a philosopher, but what the implication is what he said was it wasn't doing me what I wanted to do. So I became a mystic. And so what you see in that documentary is him becoming the mystic. And what he really said after he became a mystic is what he really wanted was to have people that were spiritual people that were friends with him. Yogananda himself said, I don't want a crowd as much as I want spiritual people, but I really want a crowd of spiritual people. And in the documentary, when you listen to people, what they said was when they got involved with Rajneesh and later Oso, is that they said, I felt like I came home. I'm sighing because I recognize that I have to do something similar. The thing I want to do is avoid having some of the things that show up in the video. I want people to be happy now, to see their past led them to this point of happiness, and for them to see how to be happier more. That's all that's really important. But one of the things that Rajneesh did is that he helped solve some ordinary problems of people. Okay? To excite them to extend forth and achieve higher levels of spirituality. You see him in the video exhorting people to become creative. Well, creation requires that you enhance your spirituality in some way, shape, or form. But the way that Osho did it angered the community that he was in. Now, to give you a contradistinction, Swami Satchidananda, my guru, set up a retreat in Buckingham, Buckingham County, Virginia. And one of the things he did with some of the Swamis, one was a doctor, opened up a healing center for the people in the immediate area. Now, they may have distrusted them in the beginning, but they got better. So now you see that the people of Buckingham recognize that that's an asset, and that the ashram brings in revenue that they wouldn't have had otherwise, to sort of a type of tourism. So at least he avoided that problem that Rajneesh had. Okay, so you see the people in transcendental meditation. Okay, and you wouldn't think, well, listening to Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, he said that he wasn't a teaching guru, but it didn't matter in some cases. The reason Mahesh Yogi died was he was poisoned by one of his disciples. Even there's some suggestion that Rajneesh was also poisoned. So in a way, okay, well, to continue, even Sai Baba, who had all his magic tricks, and I do mean illusions. There's a story of one lady that had him stay at her house, and when she was cleaning up his room, she came across a suitcase full of watches. Well, Sai Baba had the reputation of being able to materialize things like watches, and so here was the evidence for her that this was just an illusion, and she became disappointed in him. Okay. So I spent a lot of time thinking about this issue. Like Osho, I want to be friends with people, to have a spiritual experience, the highest that I can have at every moment. So that's what I've been showing to people that have come to me. And it's been difficult. because human tendency is to look for answers. Well, not completely true, gives them what they want. So, but I've come to the conclusion, because of the coming economic crash, that I can't afford to try and look for simple answers that don't involve that. So I'll tell you, I can change anybody's reality given enough time to get them what they want. Okay. But changing reality is just like everyday changing reality. When you change reality, you bring up different things that are associated with the thing you changed. So one of the things that I'm going to do is help people to discover that they have powers within themselves, inherent, that you were born with. But some of the people in this category have ingested environmental toxins. And particularly, we'll give you an example. People want to be more psychic. They want to live a long time. They want to have clean teeth without cavities. What do those three things have together? Well, it turns out is that fluoride that's in your toothpaste calcifies, accumulates and calcifies the pineal gland, so it doesn't operate anymore, or at very low levels. So one of the things that I'm going to do is give you a way to get rid of fluoride out of your system. So I have in the description, I have a link to things you can do to get rid of fluoride, and also to fluorides in your drinking water. So how is this connected to spirituality and living a shorter lifespan? Well, if your pineal gland gets calcified, it can't produce the hormones that allows your body to remain stable. People that they've done a number of studies and found that people's IQ is lowered. They become less able to adjust their lifestyle to changes, more depressed, poor sleeping, different things like that. A simple thing to get rid of that. I have been doing things to get rid of fluoride out of my system for a while. And I've noticed the effect in myself, so I recommend it. And so the thing is that I'm all about science and having a documented effect. You want to learn to document how you feel before you enter into a course of getting rid of the fluoride. They're talking about some cleaning systems taking 2 weeks. If you go to I'm going to have a write-up about this talk and give you some sources to go look for yourself. I would appreciate feedback. Okay, so anyway, so that this is just to show you that the desire to have healthier, younger body is vitally important to the process of realization. All of Hatha Yoga is just a method to help the body remain healthy and get rid of toxins. Okay, for example, uh, there's a yoga pose or a series of yoga poses called Surya Namaskar, which means the salutation to the sun. Okay, they have all these things that you should be doing when you're doing this pose or poses. One is to face the rising sun and do the up and down, backward and forward poses towards the rising sun. There are 2 systems of mantras to use with this. Okay, but what it does, okay, the physiological effect of that is that you have a lymph system that is like the arteries and veins in the body, only they don't carry blood, they carry lymph. And this is how the body transports hormones throughout the body. Okay, don't have hormones? The cells don't work right. They don't work in a unison, healthy way. So Surya Namaskar does that. Okay, so you'll have Tibetan monks who get up at 3 in the morning and they do a version of Surya Namaskar called the Grand Salutation. So they do it in the middle of the night, not when the sun rises. They do it 100 times and then they don't do any more exercise. Now, if you actually go and do the Surya Namaskar, if you haven't done it for a while, what you feel is that you're squeezing different parts of the body. Like, for instance, if you're doing downward dog, you'll feel most of the squeezings back at the heel and up on the calf muscles. Okay, who knew that that was part of the lymph system? Well, you do after that. Okay. Anyway, so just to conclude, telling you is that I've decided to help people by making them the people that can change reality. So I've given up the idea that you won't see me as a guru. I'm sorry, I didn't want that. So I will help you as best I can. I will help people by helping other people to help you. What you see in every modern organization, there's an organization. So now I have to do that. Thank you for listening. I hope to be able to help you more in the future. Thank you.